All right, what's good, y'all? Anthony Davis carried the Lakers to a very close win over the Clippers. The first two quarters by the Lakers was good. I mean, Anthony Davis, he carried them pretty much majority of the game. But the first two quarters, that was all Anthony Davis. The third quarter was the worst quarter by the Lakers. I was so frustrated. One of the biggest issues with the Lakers, and look, I know people are gonna say this is the first game of the season, whatever. Like starting back with quarantine, but whatever. I don't care. The Lakers should have won this game by 10 points, not 2. I'm not giving that a pass. If y'all feel differently, that's cool. I don't feel that way. Man, the bench, they barely did anything until, like the end of the third quarter, the entire fourth quarter. But Kuzma wasn't doing much. We didn't get nothing from Dwight in this game at all. McGee was okay. Green is a starter. We barely got anything from him. We barely got anything from KCP. We got absolutely nothing from J.R. Smith. That is to be expected, but still, we got nothing from him. Dion Waiters and Caruso, those guys, they really stepped up. They really helped out Anthony Davis. Man, LeBron, I couldn't believe it. LeBron showed up in the fourth, but he was not scoring at all. Look, he got the rebounds and the assists, but I was looking for him to be more assertive, and he wasn't. And look, obviously it's the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, they're great defensively, but when LeBron's a freight train, man. Like when he wants to get to that basket and attack, no one can stop him. I don't care what nobody says. Even in his 17th year, I feel that way. So yeah, I was really frustrated in the third quarter. That was the worst quarter for the Lakers, and I'm also frustrated with the spacing of the Lakers. My issue, and look, Anthony Davis, he hit a couple of threes that really saved us at the end of the third quarter. But my issue is when Anthony Davis gets the ball, he doesn't get it by the post, or I shouldn't say the post, the paint. So he's not even really trying to post, like to get to the paint. The Lakers need to punish the Clippers in the paint. And I'm going to use this example as well. Think of it like this. If you're an NFL fan or a football fan just in general, right? Look, the passing game ain't going to always work, especially against a great defense. It'll work here and there, but you need to be able to run the ball, unless you got Patrick Mahomes. But what I'm saying is, when you got that running game, you pound, you know what I'm saying? You ground and pound. So what I'm saying, and I'm just trying to, make the equivalent. It's the same thing. When you in the paint, you giving them pain, and you also taking them out in terms of the energy, like you wearing them down. That's where I wanted to get to. You wearing them down. So we need to get in the paint more, and that's where my issue was. Even with Anthony Davis, and he got 34 points, he's unstoppable, but he needs to get in the paint more. So we can draw the double, triple teams, kick out, and then we'll have enough spacing to hit more threes, where Danny Green will get, an easy three. Dion Waiters, Caruso, I could go on KCP. Same thing with Kuzma. Kuzma, man, I was so frustrated. Look, he hit those threes, later, so that did help. He got 16 points, and I will give Kuzma credit to this. He did slow down Kawhi. I don't care what none of y'all say. I know Kawhi ended up still with 20 points, but he slowed them down at certain points during the game. My issue with Kuzma offensively right now is the footwork. It's like he just kind of moves slow to where like he want to get to the basket, but he let the guy clamp him, whoever the defender is, before he can get to the basket. So he needs to work on that. But like I said, he needs to learn how to get in that paint, draw some fouls so he can make some free throws. You know what I'm saying? Like them threes ain't gonna work all the time. He hit that first three and then he messed up a couple more threes. Then he waited a while and then made like two to three more threes. Something like that. So yeah, that's how you end up with 16 points for the most part. But yeah, he's got to get to the basket way more. I'm telling y'all, man, if the Lakers can find a way to get in the paint and punish the Clippers, You know what I'm saying? Draw them fouls. Get Paul George and Kawhi in foul trouble like they did early in that first quarter. You know what I'm saying? And then you can get to the free throw line quicker. So yeah, like I said, I agree with Shaq. Look, the Lakers won. And I'm very happy that the Lakers won because they tied up the series 2-2. But that was too close. They didn't have Lou Will. They didn't have Montrezl Harrell. So that should have been a 10-point win, double-digit win by the Lakers. Like I said, they got to fix that third quarter issue. They've had that same third quarter issue the first game, the second game. They didn't have that issue the third game. But yeah, the first, the second, and now this last final game, they've always had this issue in the third quarter, and that's when the Clippers start taking over. But the Lakers were very resilient in the fourth quarter, and that was the biggest difference between. Well, basically, yeah, that was the biggest difference in the third game and this last game, which led them to be 2-2 against the Clippers. So it's a good psychological advantage, I guess, if you want to say that. But yeah, the Lakers gonna have to work really hard. So the Lakers in the first round, they need to get a sweep. Point blank, period. It doesn't matter if it's Portland. It doesn't matter if it's New Orleans or Memphis. I'm hoping it's Memphis. I feel like Memphis deserves it the most, but they still gotta win the rest of their games. And then that second series, they're most likely gonna probably face a team like the Rockets. So look, I don't think that would necessarily be a sweep, but it should be a gentleman's sweep. I don't care if Harden is scoring 40 points a game. Like, they play small ball, dog. They can't stop Anthony Davis. So that should be a gentleman's sweep. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think about the Lakers game. What did you like about how they played? What didn't you like about how they played? Give me your thoughts on the Clippers as well. Like I said, they didn't have their other two main scorers, and they still made this a close game. So that part is scary, but I do think the Lakers can win this series. I do think they can find a way to win this series, but it's going to take 6 to 7 games, most likely 7. I'm trying to be optimistic with the 6. But yeah, give me your thoughts down below. Shout out to y'all.